Good morning, student. How are you? I hope you will be fine and continue your study through online classes provided by Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Regional Office, Jabalpur. In this continuation, I am Gyanan Kumar Pandey, TGT Maths from KV Balaghat. Student, in this class, we will discuss about chapter 3rd, class 8th, understanding quadrilaterals. Okay, so let's start. Before understanding what is a quadrilateral, we have to know about some terms. In these terms, first one is curve. What is a curve? A plane curve is a curve that lies in a single plane or a plane surface like paper. A plane curve may be closed or open. You can see here some pictures representing curves of different types: closed curve, simple closed curve. Then in second image, simple and complex, and in third image there is a open curves. Okay, how you can draw a simple curve? Students, when you join a number of points without lifting a pencil from the paper and without retracing any portion of the drawing other than single points, you get a plane curve. A plane curve may be closed or open. A plane curve can be classified as simple or complex. Here are some more images of curve. First one is closed curve, not simple; simple curve, not closed; curve, not simple, not closed; simple, closed curve. Okay, so if we want to discuss about simple, open and closed curve, then complex curve. First one, if we draw some points in a plane and we join these points without lifting pencil or pen from paper, then we get simple curve or curve. This is a curve. Okay, it is also simple because if a curve not crossed itself, it is known as simple. Okay, or here no portion of the drawing is retraced, so it is simple. Okay, if a curve cross itself means this type, then this is known as complex. Complex means not simple, not simple. Okay, because this point retrace. Okay, this point retrace or curved cross itself, so it is not a simple, it is complex. And what about open or closed? So if a curve having start and end point, then it is known as open. Here you can see that this curve has start and end point. this is also have start and end point, but these are open. Okay, and if a curve having no end and no start point, then it is known as closed. This is closed, this is closed. Okay, this is closed, these are closed. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you that what are open, what is closed, what is simple, and what is complex curve. Next one, here student match these. In first figure, it is not closed, it is open, so we matched it with simple curve that is not closed. First to C. Okay, second one, it is also a curve that is not simple, that is not simple, that is not a simple, D part. Second one match to D part. Third one, it is a circle and it is a closed, this is also simple, so third one match to A, simple closed curve. And fourth one is also a closed curve that is not simple, closed but not simple, because this crossed itself. Okay, next, what is polygon? A simple closed curve made up of only line segment is called a polygon. Okay, first one, it may be simple, it must be simple and then closed curve and made up only by line segment, it's called polygon. You can see some examples are here, curves that are polygon, curves that are not polygon. In first image, we see that all the curve are simple, means in a plane, and closed, and there are only used line segment, so these are polygon. But in the second image, the first one is not a simple because it crossed itself, in the second is also crossed itself, and third one is not closed curve, so these are not polygons. Okay, so we can find polygons as, polygon is a closed plane figure bounded by 3 or more straight lines, minimum lines required 3, that meet in pair in same number of vertices and do not intersect other than at these vertices. Means a polygon is a simple closed curve more than 3 lines, 1 2 3 4, here 1 2 3 4, here are 4 lines. Okay, this is plain, simple and closed, so it is a polygon. Okay, parts of a polygon. The end point of sides of polygon are called vertices, means this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point, these are called vertices of polygon. The end point of sides of polygon are called vertices. When naming a polygon, its vertices are named in consecutive order either clockwise or counterclockwise. Counterclockwise also known as anti-clockwise. Means if we name this polygon, B can start from anywhere. Means if we start from here, A, B, C and D, this is clockwise, and if we start from here, A, B, C and D, this is clockwise, and this is anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, and these points A, B, C, D are known as vertices. Then consecutive sides are two sides that have end point in common. The four-sided polygon in figure below could have been named A, B, C, D, B, C, D, A. If we start from A, then A, B, C, D clockwise. If we start from B, so B, C, D, A clockwise, or we start from A, D, C, B anti-clockwise. For example, it does not matter with which letter you begin as long as the vertices are named consecutively. Side AB and BC are examples of consecutive sides. Here are two consecutive sides, means this side and this side known as consecutive sides because these have one point common as A. Okay, that is clear to you? There are four pair of consecutive sides in this polygon. Four pair of consecutive sides. One pair is this, second pair is this, okay, third pair is this, and fourth pair is this. Means AB and AD one pair, AB and BC second pair, BC and CD third pair, CD and AD fourth pair. Okay, clear to you? Next one, diagonal. A diagonal of a polygon is any segment that join two non-consecutive vertices. Here notice that non-consecutive vertices. Figure shows five sides polygon QRSTU, segment QS, SU, UR, RT and QT are the diagonals in the polygon. Means what is a diagonal? If we have a figure like this, okay, and A named A, B, C and D. So A to C, line joining A to C and B to D. These line segments are known as diagonals. Two non-consecutive vertices, these are consecutive, but this and this are non-consecutive. Okay, this and this is non-consecutive. So AC and BD are diagonals. Here QS, you can see that QS, SU, UR, RT and QT are the diagonals in the polygon. How we can find the number of diagonals in a polygon? There is a formula, n square minus 3n by 2, where n is a number of sides. Here n equal to 4. How many sides here 4. Diagonals equal to n square minus 3n by 4. Okay, 2 divided by 2. You can get here diagonals equal to, what is value of n? 4. 4 square minus 3 into 4 by 2, okay, equal to 16 minus 12 by 2, that is 16 minus 12, 4 by 2 means there is 2 diagonals. How many diagonals? 2 diagonals. Okay. Okay. Here are 2 diagonals. Noted this formula to find out the diagonals of a polygon, n square minus 3n by 2. Next one, classification of polygon. We classify polygons according to the number of sides or vertices they have. If there are 3 sides, then it is known as triangle. If there are 4 sides, then it is known as quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals means quad plus laterals. Quad means 4 plus lateral means side, means a polygon having 4 sides known as quadrilaterals. Pentagon, 5 sides. If any polygon having 6 sides, then it is known as hexagon. 7 sides, heptagon. 8 sides, octagon. 9 sides, nonagon. 10 sides, decagon. This is also represented in the tabular form. 3 side triangle, 4 side quadrilateral, 5 side pentagon, 6 side hexagon, 7 side heptagon, 8 octagon, 9 sides nonagon, 10 sides are 10 vertices decagon, and if there are n sides or n vertices, then it is known as n-gon. Okay. Interior and exterior of a closed curve. Student, here you can see there are 2 different images. In first image, it shows interior, means the gray part inside the closed curve known as interior, and the second one outside of the closed curve known as exterior. If we want to draw interior and exterior, then let it is a curve. Okay, closed curve, it is closed curve. Then this portion, this inside portion, it is known as interior. This is known as interior. It is known as interior. Okay, interior. And if it is a closed curve, then outside of it known as exterior. Okay, interior and exterior means inside of curve known as interior, the area bounded by a closed curve known as interior, and the outside of that curve is known as exterior. Next one, convex and concave polygon. Convex polygon, it is very important, student. Polygons that are convex have no portion of their diagonals in their exteriors, or any line segment joining any 2 different points in the interior of the polygon lies wholly in the interior of it. You can see here PQRS is a rectangle or it is a quadrilateral. Here are 2 diagonals, PR and SQ. Both are existing inside the quadrilateral. Okay, so polygon that are convex having no portion of their diagonals in their exterior, means the diagonals not lies in the exterior of the polygon. And the second, you can also see here is a pentagon and all the diagonals of the pentagon lies inside it. So these are convex polygon. Concave polygon, polygon that are concave have portion of their diagonals in their exterior. Here is a pentagon and you can see that pink color diagonal is outside of the pentagon. Here is a triangle and LN is a diagonal which is exterior of the triangle, yeah, polygon. So it is a concave polygon. Okay, if we have a polygon of this type and one polygon of this type, then both the diagonal are lies inside, so it is convex, and here one diagonal outside the or exterior of the polygon, so it is a concave. Okay, clear it. If the all diagonals are lies inside, then it is known as convex, and if any one diagonal or portion of diagonal lies exterior of the polygon, then it is known as concave. One more example of convex polygon, you can see here SQ and PR in the quadrilateral PQRS, all diagonals are inside the polygon. Concave polygons have portion of their diagonals in exterior. Here is SQ is outside the polygon. Okay, regular and irregular polygons. An equilateral polygon is a polygon in which all sides are congruent. Students, you have already studied about equilateral triangle. Equilateral means equi means equal, lateral means side. If a polygon having all sides equal, then it is known as equilateral polygon. And equiangular polygon is a polygon in which all angles are congruent. Equi means equal and angular means angle. All angles are equal, means all angles of a polygon are equal, then it is known as equiangular polygon. A convex polygon. What is a regular polygon? Then a convex polygon, first one, it must be convex. A convex polygon that is both equilateral and equiangular, means of all sides of polygon must be equal and all angles must be equal. It's called a regular polygon. An irregular polygon is a polygon that is not regular. Okay, means if we consider one example. If all sides and all angles this side equal to this side, equal to this side and equal to this side, then it is known as regular. Okay, regular polygon. If all sides and all angles are equal, then it is known as regular, otherwise it is known as irregular. Here you can see regular pentagon ABCD. Generally, if we discuss about square, rectangle or pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, then we are always discussing about regular. But in the case of rectangle, you can see here that this side equal to this side and this side equal to this side, but all sides are not equal, but all angles are equal, but angle are equal, all angles are equal, but all sides are not equal, so it is a irregular. Okay, irregular polygon are not regular. Here you can see A, B, C, D is a pentagon. Angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D and angle E are all are equal. Side AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to DE equal to EA. Next one, regular polygons. Example are some regular polygons. Here is pentagon, here is a hexagon. Next one, polygon that are not regular. Why these are not regular? Because the sides of upper side of this figure, first figure, not equal, and two angles are 90 degree, but other angles are not 90 degree. And the second figure, one angle which is double sided are equal, but some four other angles are not equal to two angles. Here also all sides are not equal, so it is not a regular polygon. Okay, next one, sum of interior angles of a polygon. How we can find the sum of interior angle of a polygon? We have a quadrilateral. Okay, if we draw a diagonal of this quadrilateral, we obtain two triangles, first triangle and second triangle, and you know that sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree and sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Means this triangle A, B, C and ACD 180 and 180, a B plus sum 180 plus 180 we get 360. Okay, how can we generalize this formula? Then sum of the interior angle of a polygon equal to n minus 2 into 180. What is the formula? N minus 2 into 180, where n is a number of sides. Sum of exterior angle of any polygon is always 360. Noted it, student? It is very important to you. Sum of exterior angles of any polygon is always 360 degree, and the sum of interior angles of a polygon can be more or less than 360 degree, which can be calculated by the formula given above. Okay, we all have used this property to find the angles of polygon. In it, we first have to see the number of sides of a polygon, then subtract 2, means n minus 2. First of all, see the number of sides. Here number of side n equal to 6. Okay, then subtract 2 from it and multiply the result by 180. Subtract 2 from it and multiply by 180. This is sum of angles. Sum of angles. Here 6 n equal to 6 minus 2 into 180, we get 4 into 180 equal to 720 degree. Okay, so the sum of interior angle of a hexagon is 720 degree. This is sum of angles of interior, these angles. Okay, and what is the sum of exterior angle? Always 360. Triangle, we know that it has 3 sides, so subtract 2 from it, you get 1, and after 1 multiplying 180 we get 180. You can see sum of angles of a triangle A plus B plus C equal to 180. Now we will take pentagon. It has 5 sides. Subtract 2 from 5, you get 3. Then multiply 3 to 180, you get 540 degree. Sum of angles is equal to number of sides minus 2 into 180. It is the generalized formula. Number of sides minus 2 into 180 degree. This is formula of obtaining sum of interior angle of a polygon. Okay, student, it is also important to note that in a regular polygon, interior angle plus exterior angle is always equal to 180. Means if we sum interior and exterior angle, we get always 180. Here we can take an example. This is interior angle and this is exterior angle, and you know that this is exterior, and this plus this angle make linear pair, and interior plus exterior, interior plus exterior angle equal to always gets 180. Okay, so it is clear to you. Here A plus B in a polygon, interior angle and exterior angle always equal to 180. A plus B equal to 180. Thank you. I hope you will be enjoying the session, and try to solve exercise 3.1 on the basis of this concept. Thank you very much.